It was popping YouTube. It's your boy JP. Hey, look, so I got an email from one of my viewers, y'all, one of my subscribers, and it's gonna be a pretty good video because I've been in this situation before, right? So look, this is what the email says. Hey JP, great last video, by the way. I love what you put out into the world, but I'm facing a problem. I've had this girl I've been talking to that has gotten distant, so I did exactly what you said. I sat her down and had a genuine conversation with her. She claimed there's other guys she's talking to, but she cares for me the most. I don't want to cut her off, man. I really think she's the one. Just wanted your opinion. I'll go ahead and I'll read that again. She claimed that there's other guys she's talking to, but she cares for me the most. Fellas, let me tell you something, man. If you're not a woman's first choice, then you're not an option at all. Let me say that again. If you're not a woman's first choice, then you're not an option at all. I don't see why you guys let women have to choose you. I really don't get that. I frankly don't get it. Like, why are you gonna let this girl that you're talking to tell you that there's other guys she's talking to, but she's not gonna settle down with you? So think about it. Everything that you do with that girl, she's doing with the other guys. Let me say it again. Everything that you're doing with that female you're talking to, she's doing with other guys. But she cares for you the most. That doesn't make sense to me. Fellas, if you're not a woman's first choice, then you're not an option at all. I don't see how you're going to sit here and say you don't want to cut her off because you really think she's the one. Let me tell you something, fellas. If you're a woman's first choice, I'm telling you, if you're a woman's first choice, you would have never even knew about this. She would have never got distant. And she definitely wouldn't have told you that there's other guys. So for her to tell you that there's other guys, fellas, that means that you are very below the radar. That means that there's another guy ahead of you. Why are you gonna let this fucking thing happen? How are you gonna keep letting this work? I don't see how this happens. Like, it's like you letting her pick you and choose you like a product on a shelf in a store. If you're not a woman's first choice, you are not an option at all. Go ahead and cut her off, man, because that's ridiculous, dude. And I don't see how you can send me this email. Watch my videos. Watch my last video. Send me this email and actually have the audacity to say you don't want to cut her off. I don't see that. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I love what you said. I appreciate you, man. But you're a simp, bro. You are a simp if you sent me that shit, man. You are. Cause that's frankly ridiculous to me. Fellas, if you actually have the balls to sit here and tell me that you know that a woman out there that you're talking to has other guys, but she cares for you the most, and you really think that she cares for you the most, do you really believe that? Because if she cares for you the most, she would have never got distant. If she cares for you the most, she definitely would have never told you that there's other guys she's talking to. So frankly, fellas, you are not the first option. You are not the first choice. Because everything that you do with that female, everything that you're doing with that female, she's doing with another guy. Hey, but it's okay. You don't want to cut her off. That's ridiculous to me. And let me tell you something. And I feel like when you guys cut off a female, right, and she tries to come back, you will let her come back. I don't see how that works. That doesn't make sense to me, you know. And frankly, it's kind of ridiculous because once you cut somebody off of your life, why the hell are you gonna let them come back into your life to do the exact same shit that they did before? I don't see it. Frankly, I don't get it. And the reason why I'm saying this is because one of my actually close friends are dealing with this issue. And I told him straight up, I was on a phone call where he told me the whole problem and shit like that. And I'm like, bro, you're going to let that happen? You're just going to sit there and let that person back into your life? After you cut ties with them, after you cut them off? But it's okay. Let me see your text message. You take me right back. What kind of shit is that? Come on, fellas. Come on, fellas. That shit's ridiculous. Once you cut off ties with I don't care if it's a female or a male. If you cut that person off from your life, if you stop talking to them, that no contact, never break that no contact. Never break it. Even if they try to contact you, you tear them down. Boom. X. Don't even talk to them. Ignore the message. Don't block the person. Don't remove the person off Snapchat. But just don't talk to them. Ignore the message. Why are you letting that person back into your life to do the exact same thing on the reason why you cut them off? I don't get it. Frankly, I don't get it. If you're not a woman's first choice, then you are not an option. How can you see yourself as an option? I don't see it. Like, if you're not a woman's first choice, then you're not an option. How do you not get this, man? And then you want to tell me that you think she's the one? She's not the one, man. Because if she's the one, then you would have never even knew. She would have never got distant in the first place, man. Like, fellas, I preach about this because, fellas, it's killing me. Because you're gonna end up getting your heart broken. You're gonna end up feeling some type of way about this situation because she's not gonna pick you, man. She's not gonna pick you, man. And if she does, bro, it's gonna be out of pity. To be honest with you, it's gonna be out of pity. It's not gonna be out of love. It's not gonna be out of none of that shit. It's gonna be out of pity. So if you see yourself as a product on a shelf to let a woman pick you, go ahead. Go ahead, man. But frankly, I hope you don't. I hope you don't. And fellas, let me say this. I'll end it with this, right? Once you cut a female off, you don't let that female come back into your life, no matter how hard she tries, no matter how many times she likes your story, likes your post, DMs you on TikTok, or even send you a message on your iMessage, or Snapchats you out of nowhere, send you a picture of you guys when you were little. You don't let that female come back to your life. You act like you don't know her. You ignore that message. You understand that female has to live with the choice of you leaving. That female has to live with the failure. That female has to understand that you could have had me, but you didn't. You didn't choose me. So why am I going to let you back into my life if you did not choose me? Now you want me? You want me because it didn't work. You want me because that other guy didn't work. If I'm not your first choice, then I'm not an option. Believe that. If I'm not your first choice, then I'm not an option. So go ahead and get out of my life now. That's what you guys have to do in a situation. Fellas, think like that. But you guys are not going to think like that. You guys are not going to think like that. Because if you did, you wouldn't be sending me an email like this. This is ridiculous, man. It actually is kind of like, man, everything that I preach about, it's like you don't listen. Because for you to sit there and send me an email like that, like, come on, man. Come on. You got to do better, man. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. You got to do better. But look, if you're not a female's first choice, then you are not an option. Go ahead and like my video, y'all. Subscribe, leave a comment down below, and share this video to somebody you know who needs to hear this, because I know there's a lot of people out there who need to hear this video. Fellas, and please, I don't care who you are, female, male, you watching this video, like my video, please. Like my video. We're at 426 subscribers. Subscribe. But look, I love y'all. Have a good rest of your day or good rest of your night, whoever you are, wherever you're watching this. I love y'all. Peace.